Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So, we are once again beginning, and we're going to carry on from where we left off, which was with the defeat of Mexico and the defeat of the Colombian nation. So what we're going to do is going to demobilize, and we're going to prepare. So, we do have about 20.37 infamy here, which isn't going to make things easy. What's up, person? How you doing, my dude? Oh shit, it's that boy. Hi. Okay, so we have a large amount of infamy here. Now, I could spend another 3 infamy to recreate New Spain, which is probably a good idea. Potentially good idea. Would obviously begin the third Reconquista. It would actually impact my relations with the Americans, though, quite dearly. So I think what I would like to do is try to actually pursue a relationship with the Americans. More so that I can use them against South America or against some other nations. I mean, I would very much like to take Portugal, so we'll have to see what we can do. But then again, it's always worth it just to take a look and see what options are available to us. So allow time to tick by. We obviously do need to take a look at the homeland. And we are encouraging soldiers at the moment. The idea here is in the future that we don't use more of our own soldiers, rather that we use more soldiers from the New World. Let them do the work for us, while we try to industrialize Spain back home. Build up an economy that's going to take us through the decades, which is probably the best case. Let's see. We're not doing too bad with the economy, though what I need to do is I need to reduce the tariffs drastically to help foster some growth. And we've just had the end of Splendid Isolation. What's caused that then? Oh, right, okay, so the Netherlands has actually annexed Belgium. Well done there. That's very, very cool. There we go. Awesome. They're definitely going to be a good power. Would be very wise to ally them in the future. So, we're not going to see a Belgian Congo this time round. That's quite interesting. I wonder who it will go to. Okay. Looking around for opportunities. We do have opportunities potentially in Asia, which would be a good place to start. The Dutch do have the south over here. I mean, there's a possibility that we fight against the Chinese to take a treaty port, which could be quite a cool thing to do. We might consider doing that shortly. Obviously, we're going to have to really work on our economy and build up something of a navy, so we don't have much of a navy at the moment. Having a navy is rather important, but very, very expensive. Okay, so we do have a lot of reactionaries in power at the moment. Let's gather this army together so that we can deal with these rebels. There we go. Gather in Mexico City. How strong is the US at the moment? 22 brigades. Well, the fact that the British are no longer in splendid isolation is actually really quite important. We're instead going to pursue an alliance with the British. If we can get that, that would be very, very useful. We could help, well, we could use the British troops to help invade America to knock them down a peg. I mean, the best thing you could do is really, free a few states. If you could puppet them, it's fun. Like, you gotta really, it's like something you do really only at the start when their population is low enough for it to happen. But it is funny when you do it, though, just basically because it turns into the Kingdom of America and it just completely fucks it. It's hilarious. Okay, let's see. We need to build some effective armies. Which is, frankly, easier said than done. Okay, I'm gonna need artillery. And there is not much artillery at home. There's not much of a population to begin recruiting from at home either. Okay. I'd like to actually fabricate another puppet casus belli against Ecuador and Venezuela. That'd be very handy. We could have the Captain Generalcy of Peru by taking Peru and obviously Bolivia. Chile is the easiest one, as you just take Chile itself. It's quite easily done. Actually, I could probably get an alliance with these republics to the south. Use them against each other. That'd definitely help me out. Not far. Okay. Need to focus on industrialization at home, really. Which we're going to have to go through with by educating the population first. So we'll encourage intellectuals and start to build up that way. I mean, we're only in 1841, so we do have some time. It is going to take some time, obviously, for the Spanish to get going. Okay. Alliance with Venezuela. Handy. So, at present, how much power do we have in the New World? So things we do need to confront the American threat fairly early before they can get really going. And ideally prevent them, well, I was about to say prevent them from getting Colombia, but a little bit late. The good thing is they don't have cores over here yet, which is good news. Okay. Start influencing these nations. Right, too many great power allies. Are we allied with the Ottomans? Who are the British allied with? The British are allied with the French. Wow, that's an unholy alliance. Okay, that's interesting. Seems I'm allied with nobody. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. I suppose I could try to build a relationship with the Prussians. Not the power I really want, though. Most because they don't have anything like a navy. Right. The Chinese Empire has been defeated. Shanghai would be very nice. What's your plans versus, besides South America and Africa? Well... See, it would be very interesting to release Occitania. Did I actually do the options for Occitania? Let's quickly check. No, okay, so there's no Occitania in this one. Really, it's just trying to establish Spain as a dominant power, or as one of the great powers. If we could try to defeat the Americans, that would be very nice. But they are definitely a powerful nation. It's like the amount of New World immigration they get is insane. I mean, the fact is, you take a look at that, that's a lot of immigration already. They'll leave these nations alone to the south for a long time, mostly so that they benefit from that immigration. So what we need to do is really fuck up the Americans. It is possible, but I'd have to put a lot into military research, and we'd have to really get the drop on the Americans. It's easier said than done. Okay, so we have a chance of the Belize purchase. That's cool. Belize. The higher our relations with the UK, the more chance we'd have to buy it off of them. But we'd basically gain this over here. So for the time being, I'm actually not doing too badly by having these as states. Well, not states. Actually, are they states? They're not cores, but I think they are states. Yeah, they are. Awesome. That's pretty cool. I mean, I could do with building actually some naval bases over here just to get that going. That'll definitely help out New Spain once I do create it. There we go. Influence the Empire of Brazil. Okay. Fine, Americans is pretty easy actually, they don't tend to focus much on military research. It's more so their mobilization size later on. It's like early on you can beat them, it's just obviously getting in there early enough to be able to do so. The issue is I don't have much of a population to recruit soldiers from. Apologies about the cold, by the way. If I could get the British to help me, they'd be very easily defeated. And I do have Brazil, I do have Grenada, I do obviously have Mexico. We just need them to build up. We do have Venezuela who could potentially help. Okay. Continue to raise our relations with the UK would be a good idea to do. Though they won't accept an alliance for a long time. If really ever with us. I mean, I might get one just with pressure because then at least that's some military power there. It would probably stop the Americans from screwing with me, so that'd be a good idea. Okay. Right, so the Oriental Crisis is kicking off in Egypt. Well, in the Orient. That's an interesting one. I mean, Egypt is so good to have, just because you can obviously annex them in the Scramble for Africa. Just honestly one of the best nations to sphere. Something I'll be taking a look at. Brazil is definitely another good one, due to the amount of rubber that they gain later on. Let's take a look at these RGOs in Brazil. Yeah, tropical wood, fruit, lots of fruit, tobacco. We'll not have any rubber yet, but in the future we will do. I believe in the next version or one of the future versions of HFM, there will be a way for the Portuguese to re-establish Portugal, Brazil, which would be really quite interesting. Okay. I'm going to save it here and quickly try to buy Billy's. Oh, the music's being loud. Okay, that's fine. I'll turn that down. Is that any better? Ideally so. Okay, let's hope that we're lucky and we actually get to buy this from the UK. Ah, they actually do accept. Fantastic. We gain a nice bit of prestige. And our relationship increases with the UK. Fantastic. There we go. That's very, very nice to have that. Awesome. Happy about that one. So we'll build up our amount of funds. We'll obviously keep trying to encourage intellectualism in the homeland. We are going to have to probably take control of the state and start building these factories. It's going to be one of those where we need to get industrialization going, otherwise it's going to take a very, very long time for it to get going at all. Okay, so we'll have to take a look at the RGOs. I mean, a good a good factory is always a liquor distillery. You can always do well with that one. Though I don't like to build just exclusively them, as it's a bit like, a bit meh. Okay, so what policy do we have here at the moment? So state capitalism. So I can actually build factories, so that's good to know then. I think we'll do that then. So we'll look at our most populated states, which is over here in Galatia, where we have a lot of population. So in Galatia we have really rubbish RGO, so I guess we're going to go with a distillery over here just to get something going that's worthwhile. Okay, let's go by population. Leon, Castilla. So Galatia's actually not up there. Right. I suppose you can see why due to the size of these states. So Leon, Castilla. Now this is actually a really nice state. I mean, we do have coal, we do have iron, we have grain. It can be made into an effective state. We'll build a distillery there, and then we'll build a glassworks too. Over here, grain and iron. Fruit and iron. We'll go with wine only. That'd be good for canned goods. Again, a winery. Actually quite a nice state for a steel mill. Not much in the way of population, but oh well, it'll do. I'll go for a cannery again. Most because I need to produce military goods. Over here, let's see. We'll go with a textile mill. Okay. Probably not the best choices, but at least it's something to get the Spanish industrialization off the ground. Okay, we do have some sympathies over here, which is not a good thing. Ideally, we can get rid of that. Okay. So we do have a very good relationship with the British at the moment. So that's cool to note. Right, okay. What we're going to do then is we're going to pass a reform here. Ironically, it's a counterproductive to what they want, but it will probably make them disappear. It should... Yep, there we go, they're starting to disappear now. It's a funny one that you can pass bad reforms and it still gets rid of them. There we go, sorted. So we're going to support the reforms over here with ladder conspiracy. So yeah, we will support that. Okay, I could do with building some naval bases at home too. Build one in Granada, Galatia, Santander, Vasconia, Aragon. There we go. We actually do have a decent amount of wealth built up, which is really good. Obviously that's due to the tariffs, so we do need to reduce those tariffs fairly soon. So let's see about doing that one then. We are making a good amount right now, which is quite impressive. So we'll reduce tariffs down to their lowest that we can manage. And we're not doing too badly actually. We are making a little bit of money, which is sweet. This is good news. This is going to help our economy develop. Lower the taxes on the rich. There we go. Just need to build up the amount of literacy in the nation. Sup, Tank? How you doing, my dude? Brazil again. Add them to our sphere. Very good to have in our sphere, actually. Okay. So we're down to 17 infamy, and that's not too bad at all. So we could take a look at fabricating the Casus Belli against Ecuador. And then at least that would be another nation down for us to puppet. Though it probably would be better to go for Venezuela, as they are the more attractive one to foreign intervention. Thankfully they are opposed, but the UK is quite interested. So we should probably go for Venezuela. So we'll dissolve our alliance with Venezuela. Influence Portugal while we're here. There we go. Can I get these alliances with the Italian powers? Yes, we can. That's cool. Influence the Italians. Okay. So we do have the right political party in power, so that will make it more than likely that we can get through this without too much infamy. We'll save it here just in case anyway, just to see what happens. Okay, we're going to go for it now. Ideally this succeeds. Ooh, dig deep and greedily. Ah, Texas has defaulted. That's cool. Right, they are in the US sphere though, so yeah, there's no way we can intercede there. Unless we had a great military... If only they weren't allied with the French. Hopefully that doesn't hold out too long. So they would be fantastic to have as an alliance. Not many days left now. To be ideal if we could get an event to speed things up. Political reform appointed. Yeah, we'll go with that. Appointed is pretty good. I mean, I don't want to be like a hellscape. We do want to promote some progression. Right, yeah, I'm not going to answer that. I'm going to let you be destroyed by the French, because there's legitimately nothing I can do. Okay, Morocco. I'll take the alliance from Morocco. Keep building up this intellectualism. Catalonia. There we go. Are we going to be able to get through this without any incident? That'd be fantastic if we could. We're looking pretty good so far. Looking very good so far. Okay, 1.1 infamy. I can live with that one. I can really live with that. Okay. Declare war upon Venezuela. Yeah, all we need there is obviously Brazil to accept, because Brazil will make that very viable. So we'll call Brazil to arms. Call our... Well, I could just have Brazil take care of it actually, and let our colonies just build up. I'm going to instead just blockade Venezuela. Just have the Brazilians do the work. I do have some troops there in the New World if I want to intercede. There we go. That naval base at Puerto Rico will be very, very nice. Okay, there we go. Right, so the thing is now we are beginning to construct these factories, which is good news. It's going to take a long while, but once we do have the industrialization off the ground, it's going to be really worth it. Okay. I guess I could just march my troops in there. We only need a few hussars. There we go, go for the capital. That'll be all we need. Okay, we have our first point in industry. Nice. Probably have a factory over here in Guatemala too. That's pretty cool. Okay, there's a lot of attrition there. Okay, get access from the UK. Hopefully that will actually mean our ships won't die. For them land at Barbados. There we go. Yep, still allied with the French. Damn, that attrition's bad. The blockade, though, is going to make it very easy to defeat Venezuela, as they won't be able to access a lot of goods. Yeah, you can see that blockade is very damaging. There you go, there's a Brazilian army. Okay, let's put some funding into the navy. And once we capture a port over here, that's going to make things a lot easier. There we go, idealism. Let us see. We're going to go with ideological fort. Influence Portugal again. And it seems Sardinia, Piedmont is on the rise, and I imagine in the Italian peninsula. Right, we need more liberals in the upper house. There we go. So we are looking at falling from great power at the moment. Though we should be able to secure our place by gaining prestige from the victory over Venezuela. I will take that alliance from Prussia, just in case. It's worthwhile to have another great power ally, just because, well, it's just useful. I mean, the Prussians obviously do have a lot of military might, so that's definitely useful. There we go, complete the blockade again. They'll give in soon enough. The main thing is we didn't have to call in our New World colonies, so that's good news. And there we go, Puppet Venezuela. There we go, welcome to the fall of Venezuela. Have our fleet go over here to Havana. There we go. Influence them. Okay, now all we need is Ecuador. We should have quite a good chance of fabricating a Casus Belli. I mean, really, if we could get through at least 50% of it, then we're in the clear. Hello, what's going on in Haiti? So we have Jacobin rebels. Okay, so it looks as though that's going to become a republic. Right, we can influence the two Sicilies. Add them to our sphere. That's really nice. Access to more markets there. That's what we need. Especially for our growing industry, we need a lot of spherelings. I mean, we're doing quite nicely so far. Need to keep it that way. Okay, naval bases are being completed as well. Which is very, very nice. As we also do need to build up some forts over in these states. Well, just all of the states in general, really. I mean, they are bloody expensive to build as well, but oh well, it's worthwhile. Okay, we're going to try to risk in and try to risk fabricating against Ecuador. So if we get Ecuador, ideally with as little infamy as possible, ideally 0, we will be good to go. So let's see, 130 odd days, see if we can manage it. I will take, oh, Okay. It's not good. Okay, I'm going to go back, reload, and we need to really get less infamy than that. It's like, I'll accept the infamy, it's just I can't accept a containment war, because there's no way I could win. It'd be absolutely devastating. Okay, we'll try again. This time, we'll hope to succeed. It's not a bad thing to restart the game every now and then as well. Right, El Salvadorian nationalists. Quite a few of them too. Okay, we'll put together an army to deal with that. Yep, save them just in time. Wait for our troops to arrive. That's going much better this time. That's what I'd like to see. I just need to get some more artillery in the New World. That doesn't hurt to educate the population over here as well. I mean, we will be giving up this territory to New Spain, but honestly, it's worthwhile. If they have a better educated population, that's giving my colony a head start. Ooh, the Mexicans got involved there. Okay, let's go support the Mexicans. I mean, they're doing well enough, but we'll give them that support that they need. That's not good. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna go back. We can't allow that. We may just have to run the risk of the infamy war just very quickly to avoid that, because we cannot have Salvador break free. So what we'll do then is we'll quickly intercede. Okay, we need to move back a little bit further than that. Seems that we need to take back Salvador. There we go. We'll just get everybody involved in this. There we go. Attack them. Okay, they're defeated. Motherfucker. Okay, that's rather irritating. I'm gonna have to go back and really... I should have been on this more. Okay, we do have one option here. Now, New Spain will have cause over this, so if it does break away, we can still take it. Which it has done. Okay. God damn it. Okay, that's fine. The thing is, I don't have a truce with them either, so that's good news for me. little bit of interesting piece of geography there. Okay, and we also have our Casus Belli against Ecuador. So we're going to declare war. Call the nations of the Spanish Empire. Nueva España. A great nation. And in a very potentially powerful nation at that. Right. The Rhine Crisis against the French Kingdom. Ooh, see now that is... I don't want to get involved in that. Mostly because if the French succeed, they might potentially come for North America at some point, which would be good for me because then that would weaken the Americans. Okay. Fabricate take Casus Belli against them. I might just use the console to get rid of them, to be fair. But we'll see. They might fall to New Spain nationalists, so we'll give them time. We'll give them time to fall. I mean, we do have New Spain, so that's no problem. Try influencing them. There we go, ideological fort. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to start to influence and increase the amount of workers that we have. The amount of craftsmen. Alliance of Algeria. Okay, how many people in this nation? Only 100,000. So about 400,000, not an insignificant amount. Okay, so we are able to recreate the Viceroyalty New Granada, Peru, Captain C General of Chile, and Rio de la Plata. So we do have a few options here. It's going to take us quite a while and a lot of heartache to actually recreate all of them. But we'll get there. This is a little bit of a setback, but oh well. New Spain does have calls on this, so we'll just have to see about trying to defeat them. Shouldn't be too difficult. What are the Portuguese doing then at home? Okay, so they're in Africa. That's fine. How are we doing with influence? So we are banned from influencing them at the moment. Okay. The Treaty of Paris. Yep, so the French have failed. If the British had got involved, that would have been different. Could have been a potential victory for the French there in the Rhine. Okay. So we are now a secondary power at the moment, which is not good news. We need to ascend back to great power. ASAP, really. So what we'll do then is we'll annex these states. I know it's cheating, but this was rather annoying. So SPC. I need the province ID, actually. Prov ID. There we go. There's no way that state would have been able to stay independent. There we go, new Spanish troops there doing the work for us. Okay, so we'll accept their surrender. Welcome them back into the fold. Return these calls to New Spain. There we go. So we do have a decent amount of control now in the New World. We just need to expand upon it. So build up these alliances, build up our relations with these parties, with these nations I should say. There we go. More workers. Need to really build up the amount of craftsmen that we have so that we can build a good industry. But the fact that we have 3 industrial school now is good. And that means we can get that started. So then what I can start doing is I can start researching infrastructure projects like rails, and then that'll really kickstart things. So we have Spanish New Spain. So the next steps will be to just see our infamy reduced drastically. And then go about securing Peru, Bolivia. So for the time being, we can concentrate more or less on industrialization at home, which will be good things. So let's take a look at how our industry is doing. Obviously, we're subsidizing it. It's well worthwhile, though. Let's have a look at Leon Castilla. We're actually doing quite well there. Bonus from producing that coal, which is really nice. A liquor distillery. So if we were producing fruit in the state, we'd have another bonus, but that's fine. You look at that, we have a big bonus there from a glass factory. That's a big, big bonus. So I need to build glass factories in these other states as well, because it's a nice bonus, really. It does really make it worthwhile. And a lot of these states actually do have some coal, which is cool. I'd say glass factory as well. Yeah, glass factory. There we go. You would benefit from a steel mill. You would benefit from... Actually, you're doing pretty well. You're doing pretty well. You've got everything you need. What would benefit from that, though? Obviously, we need something that needs steel, which is obviously small arms. So what we'll do then is we'll build an ammunition factory, which needs sulfur and steel. And then we'll build up this... we'll build a Granada, I suppose, as our military state. Cotton or dye. Yeah, that one ain't gonna happen. But we can use that and build up the clothing factory. There we go. So we are going to need a lot of workers, but that's a good incentivization for our population there to become trained in that. Okay. So industrialization is going well so far. We're finally getting it off the ground, which is good news. Obviously, if we increase the amount of workers that we have, that's even better. Who are the great powers of the world then? Right, the Ottoman Empire is going to drop down at some point soon, which is good news. Cannot see them lasting as a great power. We are playing with the latest version of HFM, by the way. So we do have some interesting names for the different governments of Egypt, which is rather cool. Okay. Madagascar is someone that we want to get involved with. There's a lot of people there. It's a fantastic location for a naval base. Good population. Okay, so how many craftsmen do we have so far? Well, that's not good. There's not many rebels there, so I'm going to have to bring back some troops from the New World. Which is easy enough. There we go, bring them home to deal with the rebels at home. How is our fortification projects? So they're nearly finished, which is good news. We're going to need these. Right, the French Revolution of 1848, that means that the British will be out without an ally. Right, okay. Infamy's really hurt me, otherwise they would have taken my alliance. Okay, we'll build up those relations, because I really, really, really would like to be allied with the British Empire. That would be very, very nice. I mean, how are the Americans doing? They've annexed Texas, so that's not good. That is going to mean Manifest Destiny. Yep, Manifest Destiny. Though they don't have calls over LA, which is rather interesting. The calls can get weirded out by New Spain. I really hope that the British and the Americans fight. That'd be fantastic. I just need to see the USA weaken, because they are going to be very, very powerful otherwise. And the fact is they're going to benefit from all the extra New World immigration. Which is a lot. Yeah, that population just explodes. There we go, the Italian Wars of Independence. That's going to helpfully knock Austria down the table. There we go. How many workers do we have in the Spanish Empire then? So we're at 20,000 workers so far, but that is rapidly rising, which is really, really nice to see. We'll have to build up the amount of rail that we have. That's going to really make our factories even more productive. We just really need to focus on these production chains and just make them all the more productive. So that's what we need. Okay, now another national foci, which is fantastic, can increase the amount of workers even further. Okay, let's go with the experimental railroad. There we go. So that's going up very, very quickly now. If I could reduce the tariffs further, I would. But we can look at reducing the taxes on the poor, actually. I mean, what I can do is I can put down military spending quite a lot. There we go. Seems to be working itself out now, which is awesome. We're still secondary power, which is not good, but oh well. I can build up a large navy, which is nice to see. Those colonial points are going to be very handy to have in the future. Either way, we'll make it work. Yep, Haiti became a republic. Oh, hello, hello, hello. The British are actually fighting the Americans. Right, the Anglo-American War. Now that's nice to see then. That's very nice. So the British do have cause over this region. That's fantastic. This is going to result in many a war against the Americans, I hope. So that's fantastic. They would almost accept an alliance. I'm going to try to really work for this alliance because that's going to work well for me. Got Russian intervention in Hungary. Okay, they won't accept at the moment. That's because of the infamy. I'd have to increase the strength of my army and navy. Navy's going to be the best one to do, so we'll build up the navy. Ideally, the British win here. Like, who are the Americans actually fighting? Have the British called any allies? The British haven't called any allies, which is a shame. They could have called on the French, which would have been very useful. Okay. I really want the British to win here. I mean, the UK hasn't mobilised either right now. Almost there. Okay. Let's see, we can have compound steam engine, factory throughput outputs, that sort of thing's really good. So we're going to increase the amount of resources that we have. That's going to make things work well. I can build up these railroads in Spain. That'll give us a bonus to the state production. And there we go. Awesome. Alliance of Andorra, even though I forget about them all the damn time. Okay. Right, the Americans are mobilized now. Also, we have the Roman Revolution. That's pretty awesome. There is actually a new flag for a theocratic Italy, which is really cool, actually. I think I might go for theocratic Italy just because of the new flag. It's definitely a really cool one. Right, there's a lot of British troops actually over here. I mean, another 44,000 troops is actually going to make a big damn difference. Yep, more British troops. Take it there, coming from Guyana. Awesome. There we go, that's what we like to see. The cool thing is we have more industry than the Austrian Empire at the moment. That's working well. Overseas maintenance is quite high. So if I could reduce that, it'd be good. There we go. I mean, there's a possibility that we could release Cuba as a state. I mean, I would like to make it into an actual full state, which would be quite good. Would be possible, so I think what we might do then is try that. We'll try that in the future, folks. I really do want to keep on focusing on Craftsman at the moment. It is working well for us. Okay, Texas has fallen to British troops there. That's cool to see. The Americans are doing well, obviously, in the north. Mostly due to the fact that they have a lot of troops there. They'll always get the jump on the British due to the amount of troops that they obviously have in their homeland. It just takes the British a long time to get going. Though the British are technically winning, so that's good to see. Okay. That's nice. Right, the Austrians have retained Hungary, that's good. Okay, our navy's been built up now, so hopefully we should be able to secure an alliance with the British. FME has been reduced all the time. Right, what does Brazil want? The Brazilian-Argentinian War of Honor. I'll accept that, mostly because I don't really have to fight it, which is fine by me. Okay, there's some American troops. 65 brigades. 163 brigades, yeah, there's a lot of brigades. It's just obviously once they can get them there. British have mobilised. It's just the fact, if the British AI was able to transport troops, they'd be the most powerful thing ever. Okay. Seems there are some British troops around here. What technology do the Americans have then? So the Americans have 7 out of 3. What do the British have? They have... Okay, so the British do have an advantage in technology. Only a slight one, not a very large one at all. Right, we must restore order in Cuba. Okay, now I could call my colonies here, but I'm not going to do that. I'll let them fight it out. The Americans are losing a lot of military score there. I really hope the British are actually being smart and blockading the Americans. Like, they have the naval base at Bermuda, they can do this quite easily. And, the naval base is the Bahamas. How long until our railroads are built? Let's see. Not long now, that's fantastic. Good amount of workers. We'll go for about 5% workers in each state, and then we'll move on to the next one to try and boost that as well. But the industrialization program's going fairly well, actually. How do we rank so far in terms of industrialization? We're actually up there, you know. We're actually quite up there. I think. Yeah, apparently we're 9th in industrialization, I think. Possibly so. We'll check it out. That feels like wrong. It feels wrong. Actually, no, then again, there's not that much industry. I mean, we have more industry than the Russian Empire. The Swiss have a good amount of industry, actually. Ottomans have a little bit of industry. Okay, yeah, so we're actually doing fairly well. And the Heavenly Kingdom over here. I wonder how they might do. I mean, the British are busy. So, that's going to be an interesting one. There we go, so we can actually produce more resources now, which is fantastic. I should have taken a look at before and after, but that's fine. Okay, more farming, coal, sulfur, iron, oil, precious metals, always a good thing to have. Nationalism and imperialism, we'll grab that, because then that gives another national foci, which is always good to have. There we go, our rail lines are being built now. How does that affect us? Right, so actually, yeah, we gain a 16% bonus there, which is really nice. Factory throughput increases, which is really, really good for the state. Yeah, if only we produce coal there. Awesome. Yeah, Leon Castillo is doing very well. The good news is we've been able to reduce taxes, we've reduced tariffs, we've done quite well there. I mean, it is indeed the middle class paying through the nose at the moment, that's fine. And see, I can reduce the taxes on the... Well, I can reduce the amount of army upkeep, I can reduce the navy upkeep. I just want to reduce the taxes even lower. There we go. Keep the people happy. So once we get this industry going, we're going to have to go with a Liberal Party, one that will really help the economy grow. But then again, that's going to be a while because we need to really nurture it. We need to really build up the amount of workers that we have and clerks and capitalists, really just making sure that we still have a functioning economy. Okay. The Americans actually don't have that much in... Yeah, it looks like the Americans are going to lose here. They've only got 12 brigades. So it seems like the persistence of the UK is paying off. It's like, yeah, the Americans are really quite weak now. That's actually something I really should take advantage of if I can. Okay, that's really cool. If only Florida had more people. I mean, there is CSA cores over here, actually. That would be a really interesting one to see released. I mean, it hurt them by having New England taken away from them. What do we have over here? Ah, Acadia. Okay, that's interesting. Yes, England. New England. I mean, New York State is by far the most valuable to them. It's a shame that we can't release that as its own thing. That would really hurt them. Let's see. I could try to cut them down to size. Yeah, 3 brigades. Okay. It's a shame I don't have a larger army in the New World. Our colonies in the New World aren't exactly too powerful right now. We're just good to see that the Americans have suffered quite greatly. That's good news. There we go. Now what's happening with the French? Okay, so the Prussians are going all out. The Prussians are fighting the British as well, actually. That's not what I wanted. I wish the British would have been able to concentrate fully on the Americans. Seems the Heavenly Kingdom is putting up a good fight. Whether they're going to win or not is another one. $16. Actually, no, they should have a good chance here. Okay, there we go. We can move that to another state. Spanish Catalonia. Right, I'll accept peace here. I can create a state over this way. It's fine by me. Okay. Yeah, that's really nice. I'm really tempted to do it now, you know. It's probably the best chance I'm ever going to get. Let's see. Irritating that I can't, like, fabricate 3 allied cores. It's like, you do have cores here. Like, why can't I take them? Oh well. Let's see. I could try 3 people. That might be a possibility. That wouldn't be really good. But we need to liberate nations, basically. There's only... Well, we'll try for that one. We'll see what we can get. I should be able to get through this infamy, no problem. But we should potentially have enough power to force it through the Americans. Then again... I don't know. We'll see how how things fall in the end, because I don't want to go in and have myself utterly defeated. Because these nations are... Right, okay, yeah, that war's just ended. I was going to say, if it lasted longer, I would have done it. We needed to be at war with them while they were at war with the Americans. But that's fine. The British have actually succeeded. They have defeated the American nation. And that's good news for us. Very, very good news. Now, if we could try to secure an alliance with the British, that'd be the best case scenario. The British do have some cores still left over here, so that's fantastic. So we might see the Dominion of Columbia formed. And I'd imagine we'll see British Alaska, so the entirety... Canada's going to be very chunky. Okay. Wait, how do you have my... Oh, you dig. Okay. That's good to see the British defeat... the British succeed. Right, hating the Dominican Republic. That's good. That's knocked the Americans down a peg or two. Okay. Yeah, you can see the difference in the amount of craftsmen over here. Okay. Let's build this to a second level. Do I need to actually subsidize you at all? Seems not. That's good news. Obviously we do over here, but that's fine. We're going to build this up, so I'm going to build a small arms factory, a artillery factory. There we go. The entire idea basically being that we build up a military production state. And Valencia is doing very well. Yeah, which is that's good to see. Awesome, awesome. And we're not that particularly far behind the USA, which is good news. Yeah, it's just the speed at which they recover. It's like I've really not got many military technology, so I wouldn't feel comfortable really fighting the Americans. It's like we can defeat them, but I want to be in a position where I can do it handedly. I don't want to struggle. And also I do want to focus on promoting industrialization across the Spanish nation, so that we can build up for the late game. Uba Lofringen. Okay. Ah, Sardinia actually gained control of Lombardia. That's really good. Abyssinia is doing okay. Oh, wait, what? Ah. You know, that's not really good at all. I should have been on that one from the start, because we need to take the capital back really, really quickly, otherwise there are going to be forces for it. Okay, reinforcements are on the way, thank God. So that was not good. Like, that was really, really bad, actually. I should have been paying attention there. Okay, now we're safe. Thank God for that. Okay, I can demobilize. That would have been really, really, really bad. Right, there you go. You can see how fast we gain craftsmen once we encourage it. Okay, so we're at 5% over here. Right, that's not helping the economy here at all. That's kind of sent it into free fall with the states being occupied. That's not good. Okay, what are the French doing? Okay, I give them access. Okay. What do we have going on here? Second Opium War. How's the United Netherlands doing? I'd imagine they're doing quite well. They're going to have a good industry. There's a lot more competition for the top now. Okay. Let's see. Oh, we can actually pass some things. That's really nice to see then. Okay, we could have voting. Right, I'm going to allow public meetings. There we go. Okay, the states are working again, that's good news. And another national foci. Okay, establish protectorate over Sulu. Inherit Sulu. That'll do. Colonization of Fernando Po. Awesome. Okay. Early railroad. Create a colony over here. We'll also build up a naval base. Okay, there we go. So we're going to take that and move it down to Galatia. Yeah, there you go. You can see how quickly that's rising. The low taxes, low tariffs are really helping us out here. Good amount of projects on the way too. Though we don't have any capitalists, I don't think. Yeah, we have 0 capitalists. That's not a bad thing at the moment. There you go, 100,000 craftsmen. Like, what I need to do is I need to build up the base industry with the amount of workers and really get that going to begin with before we do anything. Mostly because that's going to give us like a good base. And the fact that I have 40 industrial power right now is really handy. It's like a little bit behind the Austrian Empire, but you look at the difference in population. It's like I have 4.8 million people. They have 9.64. They have a hell of a lot more land. With a hell of a lot more RGOs. There we go, that's at top now. Lovely. There we go. Now the main thing is we're encouraging craftsmen in these states without as much going for them, so that's good news. That's what I like to see. In fairness, I can put the taxes up on the ridge. I mean, I'm actually making quite a considerable amount from these tariffs. I mean, which works very well for me. The more industry we have, the better. God knows how these are getting funded. Just need something to expand these industries then. Yep, this is doing very well. Do I really want the cement factory here? Not particularly. So let's expand that and close this factory. There's a lot of craftsmen there. I just need a lot more in Granada. There we go. Now what I need to do is get some clerks going. We'll be sorted, but yeah, there we go. The industrialization of Spain's going ahead at full steam. Though I'm going to have to consider increasing some taxes just to keep the state floating, or even tariffs slightly. Probably taxes more than tariffs. FME is quite low too, so we can actually go ahead and take a look at justifying against Peru in the future. There we go. Awesome. Now we have another level of railroads, we can build that up. We'll put taxes up then. That's not really helping too much, so I'm going to have to go for research. So we'll go for the stock exchange. Increase the tax efficiency, which is really good. More efficient taxes means lower taxes. Yeah, they actually took more there. And Germanized it too, that's interesting. Nanzig. That's a new one. Goddamn Americans. Okay, seems we're not too far away from a Italian power. Right, the CSA. Let's see how they get on. Ideally they do succeed, so that would be very good. That's actually not bad. There we go. Like, I'd like to stop subsidizing the industry, but need to keep it afloat. Okay, trade policy. That's actually really cool. Okay, let's hope that the CSA can pull this together, because it's like, that really screwed the Americans. And they got Kansas. Let's hope that they can do it. Room for the CSA here. Yep, there we go. This is going to be an interesting one to watch. It would be like really amazing if the British actually decided to go for their cause over here in Wyoming. Right, do they actually have a truce? They still have their truce with the Americans until 11th of January 1858. Let's see how they do. Bum bum ba bum 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 bum. Okay. So is the issue that the CSA, well, Confederate troops always focus around this area? Like, they should really focus on obviously just taking the capital just to get that war score. Let's see, can I actually subsidize the CSA? If I can, that's going to be really helpful for them. Okay. I could do with some of these technologies here, actually, that would make my factories more efficient. It's all about output. We need to reduce the amount of input. But then again, if I can actually increase the amount of output from RGOs, that'd be good. So let's get some interchangeable parts. Right, at least they've got somebody supporting their finances, so that's good news. Spanish Empire is bankrolling them. Right, there's not much of a difference between numbers. CSA just needs to pick some good fights. The USA is having some tough years. Very good. (1857), the British might be able to declare war on them. Let's see. We'll try to liberate a nation. If we could intercede in this war, that'd be good news. Only issue is the fact that Richmond's always occupied quite quickly. Okay, let's set that in for me. Hopefully we can keep this going long enough that we can actually get in there. Then if the British could get in there the year after, that'd be fantastic. So I mean, my navy would be very handy to have. So we'll send them to Havana. We could at least blockade the American ports and possibly help out the Confederates. They do still have a good amount of ships though. Okay. How are we doing then in terms of craftsmen? 148,000, nearly 150. There we go. Okay, let's declare war. Who are the Americans allied with? No one. Ooh. New England, though. Okay, declare the war. Weird. Yeah, they don't really have a choice. Okay. Yep, two sisters will accept. We get, yeah, we can get Sardinia Piedmont in here too. That's good news. Right, what can I do with the Navy? There we go, now I can call New Spain. That's what matters. Cuban Armada is here. Spend on the Navy. Ooh, they're actually at peace. Awesome. So the CSA has actually won out there. They've actually remained independent. Jeez, this is a really dark America. Okay. Even if we don't win this war, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Let's see, what can I do with this? The organization is recovering, isn't it? Yeah, that's good. Okay, we'll wait for that organization to recover. The British might really go for it then. Oh, wait a minute. Ah, no, the British have all their cause. Okay, when did they do that one? Need to reject Manifest Destiny. Or repudiate it. Okay, they do have a good few troops. Though the Americans are going to drop from great power, which is rather cool. Awesome. Please. Okay, let's see if we can blockade them. Yeah, that's a lot of American troops. Right, that's the American Navy there. Right, okay. I mean, we're actually blockading the entire American coastline, which is really handy. Just trying to prevent them from becoming a great power, really. That's what we need to do. Okay, where are... Right. It's a shame that the Brazilians won't join us, but that's no problem. Can I get access from the British? Not right now. Semi-automation. And the Moroccan incident. We'll let it go. That's because I can't do anything right now. What happened here? Oh, demand reparations? Wait a minute, did they just start in... You little bitch. That's nice. Well, the Italians basically thought, you know what, let's just take advantage of this and actually gain cash for ourselves. So, cheeky bloody Italians. Huh. Well, fine. At least the Americans are weakened once again. So that is fine by me. We need to focus about, well, focus on becoming a great power once again ourselves. There we go. And we're up there in terms of industrial score. We're actually doing pretty well. Right, the Prussians. Austro-Prussian Brothers' War. Okay, awesome. Let's build up the railways. There we go. Lovely. $157,000 craftsmen. But this is where we're going to have to leave it off here for today, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you will all join me next time as we continue. So, goodbye for now. See you all very, very soon.